Hey, and welcome back to the channel. Tonight you picked an amazing episode to join us on because we have a interview with one of our cast members from season 8 of The Biggest Transformation. We have Miss Iris Alvarado, who in the past 5.5 months has lost 53 pounds. This woman has dropped 53 pounds as of this morning, and I'm so excited for you to hear her story, how she's done it, what she's done, and what she's going to continue to do. So without further ado, help me welcome Miss Iris.
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Good. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for taking time out of your busy mama working crazy schedule to be on with us today. And so let's start with where life was just 6 months ago. Because six months ago you had 53 extra pounds on you. You weren't in the biggest transformation. So where was life 6 months ago, Iris?
Well, 6 months ago, I was a year prior before that, I had gone to the doctor and I was in the borderline of being pre-diabetic, fatty liver, high cholesterol, high triglycerides. So basically, my health, as the doctor said, my health was in my hands. And I decided to go into a eating spree for a month, which that month lasted a year before I went into any kind of diets as I used to call. But and that's where I was basically.
Wow. And so you've done diets before. This wasn't your first effort at losing weight, right?
Correct, not at all. I've done everything. You name it, I've done it. Yes.
Me too, girl. Me too. If it was a new fad or an old fad, or I saw someone else doing the thing I used to do, I'm like, I need to try that. And so, like, you have lost 53 pounds. You weighed in this morning you started at 236 pounds. This morning, you weighed in at 189.6. When is the last time you have been 189 pounds?
I think it's been probably a decade or decade and a half ago,
Really?
before I got pregnant.
Wow, that is crazy. So, what's been the difference? Because you tried all these things. You were a diet hopper just like I was. So, how have you lost 53 pounds in the past 5.5 months without starving yourself, without working out all day?
Well, it all started with the leap of faith. Of course, I did. I prayed a lot of a door to open and guidance to what I had to do, or just a solution, because I was living in depression and I was living um, emotionally. I was extremely bad. I didn't have time for anything. Well, and I didn't want to do anything. Like, your body doesn't want to do anything. But so I asked and I prayed, and then through a friend, she told me about her. I saw her testimony, and that's when it all started. And I applied, and I wasn't accepted to your program, and then I applied for the second time and unfortunately wasn't accepted. And when I applied those two times, I had the money in hand of what was going to be the cost and everything. And it's I don't know. I just believe that God, puts everything into place. When I applied the third time, I did not have the money, and then I was accepted. I was kind of like, I don't think I'm going to be accepted, but then fortunately, and for the grace of God, I was accepted. I didn't have the money, so I had to borrow, the money to be into this program. And that's how it got started.
That is crazy. And I because for those watching, what she's talking about, so Iris has been a part of a program called The Biggest Transformation. And that is where we have a cast, they're in a 6-month accountability program, and they literally have like everything is laid out, what to do, how to lose the weight, how to do all the things. And there's always so many applicants, and we can only take a small number of people through the program. And so it was her third time applying where she finally got accepted. And the rest has obviously been history. I mean, 53 pounds in 5.5 months. Does that even, and you're this new blonde, which I'm digging the hair color, by the way. It looks so good. But like, do you still, like, does it seem like you just started? Because 53 pounds in 6 months is no small feat.
Let me tell you something. I released those 53 pounds, but I feel like I released like 80. Honestly, like I don't know what it is that I cannot see it on the scale, but the clothes is just unbelievable. And may I want to add that I live in an RV, so my space is very limited. For those that want to use the excuse of space or going to the gym was definitely not an option for me because of the time, simply because of the time. And then, it's wanting to go to the gym, driving to the gym. So that wasn't an option for me. And even though I have a small gym at our RV resort, it still wasn't an option for me. And just the fact that I could work out, at a very limited, I live in a 28-foot RV and with two kids. And I could do it. So I mean, I did it.
You are doing it like right now. You are doing it. And I love, so how is this? Because I know, how has this affected your family? Like you getting involved and changing your lifestyle, changing the way you eat, changing all the things. Like how has this affected your family, your
So
kids?
what I love most of it is that I believe, and I strongly believe, that my children are being more cautious of what they eat or the decisions they make as far as their eating habits and exercise. And so all of that has been a big contribution, not only to me, but to my family as well. Not only my immediate family, but now it's like extending to, it's doing the ripple effect where, and I do, I make I started making stories. I went to a seminar and they taught me how to do social media, and I started making stories on my Facebook, and it has been such an impact on other people. And that is exactly what I want to do, to be able to let others know that it is possible. It is possible. What we think is impossible, God makes it possible. So
Well, and when you go back and you look at the photos from 5.5 months ago, is it because I saw a photo you posted and like it was like a close up of your face, and I was like, oh my gosh, like
yeah, that was so crazy. It even I know I hadn't seen my brother in a few months, and he every time he comes into town, he's like, "Wow," Or my sister-in-law, every time they come into town, they're like just surprised. I saw them yesterday, and my sister was like, "Oh my God, you look great!" And but it's really fun, and I think it's really motivating seeing your progress each
yes.
each week or each month, or sometimes you don't see it each week, but if you compare month to month, you'd be like, oh my God. And I see old pictures, well, not even old pictures, 6 months ago pictures. 6 months ago pictures, and I'm just like, oh my God, it really it it feels like a bucket of cold water, just hits like it's just, I'm very, very proud of what I have accomplished, and I am very extremely blessed to have been chosen to be in this program and to have you as my coach. And I always give you the I'm like, she's the one that does everything. She's the magic. I know that before I started, there was a seminar that I went, and this person or this coach said, "Give me a year of your life. Whew, give me a year of your life, and you will not um, recognize it after a year." So I committed to that, and I'm not recognizing it, and it's not even been a year. I'm
And
just
it,
so happy. It's just happy tears.
I love that you said that and that you're willing to be vulnerable with that, because so often, and it's a different joy, right? Because so often tears can come when we've been stuck for so long and we feel like we've tried and we've tried and we've tried, and we're dealing with depression, we're dealing with no self-confidence, and we're dealing with failing again. And tears can come from that. And then when you start to see your life change and you start to see, like, because it's not just your weight, right? You obviously have had crazy results with your health, but that trickles into other areas: business, relationships, family, being a mother. And you start to see those things change. And then the tears come because it's like you don't almost recognize your life and where it's going. And I mean, obviously you've tried all these weight loss programs before. Was there ever a time where you just thought, this stuff doesn't work for me, I'm just not going to lose the weight, maybe this is for other people, but it's not going to work for me? Was there a time where you had almost given up?
Yes, there was all the time. And then I would lose it and I would get it back, and it was even worse. I would feel worse because it's like a double failure.
Yeah. Yeah.
You lost it and then you gained it back. But I don't know. I just God is so faithful, and I just give thanks to God again for putting you in my path. And I remember there was a something very important I would like to share, was that I remember there was an exercise that you put about a celebrity, to pick a celebrity who you want to be. And I was like, your height and maybe how much they want to weigh, or just pick a celebrity that you want to be. And I was like, no, I tried looking at it, and I was like, no, the celebrity that I chose and that I want to be like is Carmen O'Quinn. So I I love your story. I love your testimony. And to be honest with you, I look up to you as my weight loss goals, my business goals, my all goals. So I just wanted to point that out and let you know
Um,
that you are my celebrity that I want to be.
Well, I totally appreciate you saying that. And, it's funny because Iris, I can remember being in your shoes, right? Like I started off heavier than you did, 288 pounds, right? And like wanting to lose the weight, but having this whole string of failure behind me and watching, come on, like you'd see other people do it. And it'd be like you would try, like you just said, you'd try, you'd lose some, you'd gain it back. And I can, so here's what I'm getting to. Someday soon, you are going to be somebody else's goals. Someone's going to look at your before and after and go, someone's going to watch this interview and be like, oh my gosh, that Irish girl lost 53.6 pounds in 6 months. If she can do it, I can do it. They're going to see your before and after, because this isn't going to be like, I know you're still in the process. Like you're not done yet. What is
Oh
next?
man, my brother, he's like, okay, so what's next? I was like, another 20.
My girl.
Another 20. We don't come this far to be, to be this far. We go,
That's right.
it's just like Jerry says. I follow Jerry, and he just like wisely, he says, I didn't come this far to be this far. I didn't come
Yeah.
to lose, or I don't show up to lose.
Yeah, that's Jerry. Jerry from season 5 of The Biggest Transformation. He lost 71.5 pounds in 4.5 months, and he won $100,000 for his transformation. Crazy. Like he went from having a big old keg to a 6-pack. And so, Iris, here's what I want to close with, because I know you have a busy day and schedule and you're momming it and all that. And so I don't want to take too much of your time. But what would you say to somebody who's watching, who's been where you were, and they've given up, they've given, and they feel like they've tried everything under the sun, but they still have this thing inside of them that wants to be healthy and fit. What would you say to that person?
I will definitely give a word of encouragement. I love the scripture of Jeremiah 33:3 that says, come to me and I will respond and I will show you great things that you have never seen. So throughout this journey, that is what I have stuck to. And what I would say is that it's not the end, it's the beginning of a new beginning. That, you're going to just start. Don't give up. Start. Google Carmen O'Quinn. Look for her videos. Carmen O'Quinn. Carmen O'Quinn. She can do it. She can do it. And just like Brett from our season says that you can lose weight even just by watching your the season videos. You can achieve what you need to achieve. But if you want to be on the fast track, the easy tag, we call it over here, the Texas tag, you want to go, you know, apply. And the only thing that I regret about this program and about concentrating on myself or working on myself, the only thing that I regret is not starting sooner, because it is well worth it. And it is, like you said, it just becomes, you don't just physically change.
Yeah.
It's weird how, I was talking to my aunt the other day and I was like, I don't know if I had like a fatty brain or something that, but it just you have a lot of clarity in in all aspects of life. And I'm just very happy and to be here.
Iris, it has been such a pleasure to watch you, and the joy and the laughter and the smiles that you just naturally bring, the joy that exudes out of you, and watching you grow, watching you dream bigger, watching you, like, it has just been so phenomenal to watch you begin to blossom. I mean, listen, you've always been an amazing person, as long as from the day one that I met you, but watching this new fire start to be birthed inside of you. And it has just been like, I cannot wait to see this next season, what you do in these next 6 months, because this has just been the freaking beginning. Like, you are just getting warmed up. And so if they want to get in touch with you, follow along with you, where can they find you at?
On Facebook, Iris Alvarado, or Instagram, Iris_Alvarado, I believe. But
go follow her journey. She posts updates about her weight loss. She posts before and afters. And like, I'm telling you, it is, when you look back at her face just 5.5 months ago and today, the difference, not only with the beautiful blonde hair, but just this incredible shrinking woman, an incredible mother, an incredible example of diligence. And so thank you so much for being with us today. And it's been an honor to be a small part of your journey, Iris. And so those of you watching, thank you so much for joining us. We will be back next week, same time, same place. We'll see you then.